Hello, guys, and welcome back, or welcome to my little corner of YouTube where we talk all things motherhood and business and homemaking and how we can navigate all of it without facing serious burnout. I have not been here for a little while, like a little while. It has been a hot minute, but we are back. We are definitely back. Life has been very full lately, especially now with I think mums will definitely relate to this. This time of the year with the darker mornings and the busier days, there is just this pressure that builds. And you don't even usually notice it, but there is definitely a pressure that builds around this time of year. And lately, I've just found myself craving calm, craving peace, and craving stillness. Just more of that grounded, soft rhythm that really supports the relationships in my family. For me, slowing down really does just mean that I'm allowed to not run 100 miles an hour, that my body is allowed to slow down and be still. And I think for me personally, at least, my body tells me very quickly that I'm going too fast. My shoulders tense up and my breathing gets shallow, and I notice that I start pushing my family through the day just as fast as I'm going. I don't have the time to slow down and listen, or when my little one's throwing a tantrum, I react instead of listening and working through the situation. So when I have started feeling like this, the first thing that I do is I come back to my body. And sometimes that's as simple as just getting up a little bit earlier than everyone else and just sitting for a minute and allowing myself to breathe and think and just taking a moment for myself. There is honestly nothing more sacred and special than just getting up an hour before everyone else and going and making a coffee and then going and sitting and reading a book and just thinking about the day ahead or the day just passed and really allowing your nervous system to just soften and breathe. The second thing that helps me slow down is our home. My environment changes everything about my energy, and I think this is the same for everyone. There's that old saying, clear space, clear mind, and it's so true. It is so, so incredibly true. If my house is chaotic, I feel chaotic. So when I can feel that things are just getting way too much and I'm getting overwhelmed and my mind is chaos and I have 10 million thoughts running through my head, what I love to do is just take a day, send the kids to soft play, ask you to take them for a walk, and spend a few hours just resetting the house, just tidying everything up, resetting, and allowing myself to feel the peace in that. And I know I'm going to sound like a crazy person to some people because some people are going to be like, but I hate cleaning my house. So do I. I'm not a fan of doing it like all day, every day. But I will say, when my mind is so chaotic, there is just something about cleaning the house where, like, bit by bit, as I'm cleaning the house, I can feel my mind clearing as well at the same time. There's just something about that. And if I don't have the time, then I'll tidy the space that I use the most. I will light a beeswax candle. I'll put on some soft music. I'll get some lighting if possible. We are in Orkney, so with these darker times, there is very little light, but what I do love is just soft lighting, just very soft lighting, twinkling lights, candles, Christmas lights. There's just something about this season where even with the darkness, you can still bring in just a soft, peaceful light that's not like a white light shining in your face, but just softness and stillness with the environment that you create around yourself. And what I've really had to learn to do after having children, but it's definitely changed the way that I perceive my environment, is to not chase perfection. Because if you have kids, you'll know that once you've tidied one space and you move into the next, that space is already a mess. So knowing that everything is clean is a bonus. Like, if I can have everything clean, then it being untidy doesn't matter because I know everything is clean and my kids are going to make a mess anyway, which is fine. They're children, they're allowed to play. But if I know that it's clean, it's already kind of like a layer of that chaos that has been swept away. And the third thing is slowing down one of my babies. I fell to the absolute absurd lie that we have to be in a rigid routine. I fell into that and I tried so hard to make my children go into a routine that I decided for them, and it doesn't work like that. What happened to the focus there? It doesn't work like that. I have a 2-year-old, almost a 3-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old. They do not live on the same routine. They have two very separate routines. My 3-year-old doesn't nap anymore. My little girl, she still naps. And I mean, I can't expect my little boy to sit quietly while his little sister naps. That's just silly. So we adapt. We still have things that happen at the same time every single day, but if it doesn't, I don't force it. I am here to guide them through life. I am here to make sure that they are fed, that they are full of knowledge, that their teeth are brushed, that they become decent human beings. But that doesn't mean that I have to put them on a rigid schedule of minute by minute by minute of exactly what they have to do. That is not the way that I want to raise my children. And maybe there's other people that thrive on that kind of routine, but that is not me. I thrive on that kind of routine. That's the exact kind of routine that I have for myself. I don't know why this keeps on going out to focus. And that is the exact kind of routine that I have for myself. But when it comes to my children, I don't force a routine on my kids. All I ask for is a calm morning, a loose rhythm around meals, a kind of rough time for when they're gonna have a nap, outdoor time every day, non-negotiable. Whether it's raining or snowing or hailing, they're getting outside for 10 minutes and breathing some fresh air. And always a slower end to the day. And I just really want to remind you that your routine does not have to look like anybody else's. It has to fit your family. It has to fit your values. And it has to fit your speed of life. If you want to live a slow and peaceful life, you can't expect yourself to thrive on a routine where you're running around like a headless chicken all day, going to different places. And if you want to live that kind of an exciting life, then you're probably not going to be able to stick to a slow routine. You're going to need more structure. Your routine has to be designed for you and your family. It's not something that you can just copy and paste from somebody else. And the fourth thing that helps me slow down is honoring my own energy as a mom. There are days when my cup is so full, It can overflow and overflow and overflow. And then there are days when I have nothing to give. And slowing down is about letting both be okay. If I need rest, I honor it. If I need quiet and peace, I create that. If I need connection, I make space for it. If my babies need more of me, I give it. And if they need more independence, I allow them to lead. Slowing down is about choosing presence over pressure and choosing softness over speed. And lastly, I remind myself that this season isn't about doing more. It's about choosing what feels aligned. It's about feeling grounded and connected and genuinely enjoying the life that I'm building with my family. I don't want to rush through these years. I don't want to feel like I'm constantly chasing something. I want a life that feels peaceful and intentional. And every single time that I slow down, I find my way back to that vision. Every time that I feel like my life is losing control again, as soon as I take a step back and I sit down with a cup of hot coffee in the morning and I close my eyes, I can just visualize that peace that I've been dreaming of. And if you're another mom that's craving more peace, I really hope that this video felt like a breath out and reminded you that you are not alone. There is so much beauty in slowing everything down and just finding that rhythm again. And if you ever feel curious about what it is that I do in building the business that allows me to live this kind of a slow life and create this kind of freedom for my family, then there is a type form in my bio if you want to apply to learn more. Thank you for being here with me, and I will see you in the next video.